I'm here to tell you the awful fucking truth.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I love
Thank you so much for your support.
January, February, into March and April. Same way too.
Thank you, thank you.
May, June or July.
Fucking hell! Horrid!
I never
Absolutely
let a day
horrid!
go by
I give you shower and you spanky with me. What the fuck did I do to
you? Go away in August or September, in October and November, not to mention warm December. I love
half a dozen pieces of fucking
so
shit.
another year has gone, I'm ready for the next one too.
If I can be with you.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year too. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I love you.
I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.
Just for you, Mike Howard. Mike Howard said 180 more seconds, and I started the show early just for you because we know how Archie is. Archie's usually on time, so I figured, hey, if someone's waiting, they want to talk some watches, we're going to do the pre-show today. My name is Tan. Everybody, in the chat, would like to welcome all to the ArchieLuxury channel pre-show, where ArchieLuxury's friends will run a little bit of a pre-game before his main show, which happens at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. Do appreciate everyone joining us. We're going to be talking Rolex today, Patek Philippe, AP, whatever you like. I will riff with the chat for about 45 minutes before ArchieLuxury decides to bless us with his presence on the actual live stream. We got the real big boy who says, hi, Zeal. How's it going? Mike was asking what's on the wrist today, I think. Yeah, what's on the wrist today? I am wearing a Cartier Santos large. Wore that watch to work, and when I got home, didn't really get a chance to swap it out. Figured, hey, I'm running out of a bit of time before the main live stream, so I thought, I'll just keep my work watch on and see how you guys are doing. We got Forbidden Colossus, who says, hello, Tanzio. Glad to hear you again. Good to see you as well. And our good friend JCB from the great land of Australia, who says, g'day, Tan. Good to see you. JCB, feel free to ask any questions, anything on your guys' mind. I have a good story about Rolex today. A friend of mine just had a bit of an encounter with what he thought was an AD, but not really an AD. We've got Real World Curly, who says, it's hard. The man-child had to bring the boss in to help fight me dead, Narc. I actually talked to Narc yesterday. He started playing some games around like, oh, I'm not watching the show and this and that, and I only get my info from people. I know the Narc's watching the show. So, Narc, if you're listening, we're doing the hashtag Justice for Narc, and we'd love to see you back on the show to abuse Archie and run some funny clips. We've got AD Never Calling says, the boss is in, but the star is missing in action. Will he ever return? I actually sent Archie the link. He's seen it. I'm assuming he'll probably pop on at some point because what he's going to do, Patrick, is he's going to probably link this show, which is on the main channel, to the live stream channel. Now, usually when I do a show on the main channel, I will set it up about a half an hour in advance so that people get the notification that there's a show hitting the main channel, which usually gets a lot of people already kind of waiting in the waiting room. But today ran a bit late, and I apologize. So I kind of just started ad hoc. But yeah, I got an interesting story for you guys about Rolex. That's why I have the little Rolex website up. So a buddy of mine was traveling to work today to Montana, of all places. And he, every time he travels, he just tries to stop into an AD and just see like what do they have, and he's been all over the world, right? We're talking the UAE and the Middle East and in England and in Europe and what have you. And I think we have somebody joining us. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going? How are you going?
Hey, it's fantastic, man. It's fantastic to see you doing a great show, boss.
We've got AD Never calling with a comment for you to read.
The boss is in, but the star is missing in action. Will he ever return?
They're wondering
Who's
where
the
you were.
star?
The star is Archie Luxury. We're on the Archie Luxury channel. We're not
No.
on the live stream channel. We're on the main channel.
Yeah,
So I got a great.
it's really good to.
Well, here's the thing, Archie. Usually when I do a show on your main channel, I will, I'll start it about 30 minutes in advance, so that people get the notification that it's starting in 30 minutes.
Sure.
I got a bit late today
Sure,
because
sure.
I have an interesting story. So, a friend of
Sure, sure.
mine, he was traveling for work to Montana, and I guess he like didn't know. He was looking on the website looking for a local AD or whatever, and finds a place, and he goes in, and he calls me. I was on my way home from work, and he says, "Hey man, they have a Kermit, a Blue Sky Dweller. They have a Datejust Blue Romans. They have a green OP." He's like, "Which one should I buy?" I'm like, "Fuck, it's like Christmas." I told him, I'm like, "Well, fuck, if you're gonna flip it, get the Sky Dweller, like all
Buy the
way."
lot.
Yeah, like he was gonna do that, but I said, "Look, if you don't have enough money for everything, just get the Sky Dweller, and it'll be fine." So he's like, okay. Because he actually told the guy, "Hey, I just need to go back to my car, just park it so that." And he was just the time he was doing that, he was calling me to ask me which ones are like worth how much, right?
Yeah.
So I said, pull the trigger on the Sky Dweller, get the Kermit, get all of them if you can, because you know what he was doing. He's an Archie Luxury disciple. He's HELOC'd, baby. He's HELOC'd. He's got the money, the cash, ready to go.
Yes.
So, anyways, so
Yes.
he hangs up with me,
Yes.
and then I expected a phone call to come in about 10-15 minutes, either being really like happy, oh shit, I hit the lottery, or probably a, hey, they're telling me to buy other things, and is it still worth the deal? He calls me back, and he's like, yeah, so bit of a snag, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And he says, well, he has the Sky Dweller listed for $30,000 US, and he has, and I'm like, what? I'm like. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't think this is an authorized dealer. And he's like, no, I looked them up, before I came. What ended up happening, Archie, was this is a dealer that like lost their license recently, and they had whatever stock was remaining, and the Sky Dweller had full stickers and everything on it. And the guy was basically getting rid of the pieces, but at gray market
price.
Not even market, because David SW, I was looking at David SW's website, and he was selling a Blue Sky Dweller for about 24.5 or something. And this guy was selling it for 30 plus tax. And I'm like, man, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
Did you tell him, hey, you've overpaid? How do you say that to your friend?
Well, my friend didn't buy it, right? My friend's not stupid. Like, he was going to buy it for 10K.
Oh, he didn't buy it. Oh, he didn't buy it.
No, he pulled an Archie Luxury, walked out right away. He said, well, fuck this. If I'm going to buy if I'm going to buy gray market prices, I'm not going to pay more than gray market prices. So yeah, like it was wild.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So an AD. So I said to him, I said, look, when ADs lose their license, often Rolex will buy the stock back. So
yes,
we don't
correct.
get in a situation
Correct. They
of a
will
fire
buy
still.
the stock back. Yes.
In his case, they didn't. Or they bought what he just had his few whatever pieces left, and he was selling it for gray market prices, more than gray market prices actually, because the pieces were fully stickered.
You can't blame him for selling it for what they're worth. That's free enterprise economy. That's why some people drive Lamborghinis and some people drive clapped out Novas.
Well, here's the thing. I was actually, when he said it was an authorized dealer, I was actually happy to hear that they were selling it for 30 grand. I said, this is great.
Hashtag Nova for life. Hashtag.
Yeah, but wouldn't you prefer if, for example, Hourglass or whatever AD, you'd go to in Australia would sell a Kermit for gray market price? Because it's probably cheaper than going and buying a bunch of fucking jewelry or other things that you don't want, or watches that you don't want, spending Probably at Hourglass, probably $100,000 you got to spend to get a Kermit.
Well, Hourglass doesn't actually sell jewelry. They're only watches. So you'd
Sure.
have to
So you
buy
buy like
Hublot, Panerai, Tudors.
yeah, like
You'd
but
have to start your journey. You know your journey. How's your journey, by the way, Tanzil?
well, my journey is excellent after hearing this story. But I'm asking you, Archie, wouldn't you prefer if your AD just sold at gray market prices for new pieces rather than playing any games?
The problem is, this is where it gets tricky. They can't see, never before have pieces sold for over retail. Normally, in this economic world that we live in, normally things sell under retail. You understand? Normally things sell under. This type of phenomena is very, very rare. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So normally it's never really happened that way. You know, it goes back to I don't know if you know this because you're a bit young, okay?
Yeah.
But after World War II, there was rationing. You know, there was in many parts of the Commonwealth, there was rationing, food rationing, petrol rationing. There was so basically companies would sell products at full retail. And the way it used to work is 33 and a third was the wholesale, 33 and a third for the retailer, and 33 and a third tax for the
Yep.
government.
Yep.
And then people didn't discount. So the only time discounting really came in was in the 70s when you had the world economy, late 60s, 70s, things started to get good. People started to have money and people started to negotiate. I mean, people normally wouldn't negotiate. They weren't negotiating. So I got to tell you, then what happened is people started to get discounts. They wanted this. They wanted, and that's the free enterprise economy.
Sure.
Now they've thrown a spanner in the works that the actual retail price is artificially low because of the secondary market implications. And I think, to be honest with you, Rolex loves it. The watch companies, they all pretend we don't like the grey market, but they actually love this shit. Okay,
Well,
they love this shit.
don't you remember about 5-6 years ago when Rolex was going after the gray market? They were blacklisting dealers, blacklisting people who were because they were selling for discounts. Like I don't think Rolex gives a shit anymore. You know, there's a comment here, you know, from Foreman Colossus who says, you know,
No,
do you think your friend is gonna get blacklisted? I don't think Rolex gives a fucking shit about it. They're happy if their watches are selling and they're desirable. Like this is what they want. Like they don't give a fuck if someone's flicking the watch.
actually,
Like
I tell you who does give a fuck. Let's bring it back to the Ferrari market. You know, Ferrari got really angry.
Ferrari, they do. Ferrari will blacklist you for sure.
Ferrari was angry that they weren't in on the deal. You know what I mean?
Not only that, if you modify a Ferrari, you know, like a lot of
Mhm.
celebrities do this, they'll modify a Ferrari. Deadmau5 actually did it. He put a wrap on his Ferrari. He called it a Ferrari, and Ferrari actually served him with a cease and desist, and you know, to because they thought it was impacting their brand. So Deadmau5 got pissed off. He sold his Ferrari and he bought a Huracan and called it the Huracan because he had a whole like cat wrap. He's big into cats or whatever. I know you don't like guys with cats, but we'll
I
give
don't mind
Deadmau5
cats.
a pass.
I don't mind cats. I don't
No,
mind
not
cats.
cats, but men with cats. I don't think Archie trusts men who have cats.
No, I see what you mean.
Deadmau5. So Archie, what's up? We got
Dead
60
mouse.
viewers within
Mhm.
a few minutes of launching the stream. Where can people find
Mm.
your daily live streams? For those that don't know.
Guys, we've got it's the ArchieLuxury live stream channel. We've got a separate channel for the daily streams. And Tanzil, let me just tell you, it has been a little bit tough. Competitors as well, they've also found it tough. What's happening in America? I suppose it's getting into spring. People are not watching as much YouTube. Would you agree with that?
We
Is
got
that what's
some money
happening?
coming
You
in. We
tell
got some
me.
money, 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 money.
Money is coming in. That sounds pretty damn good. Let's have a look there. AD never calling, $2. Hashtag feel the real Archie luxury. There we go. Thank you so much.
And we got
Thank
L.A.
you, sir.
Alvarez who's
We
saying a
do.
comment to you.
Yes.
L.A. Alvarez says, "Hi,
LA
Archie from the
Alvarez.
Philippines."
Thank you, sir. Ah, LA Alvarez. Hello, Archie from the Philippines. Thank you so much. I love the Philippines. Philippines is an amazing place to be. Um,
So you were saying it's hard. There's a lot of
10.
competition. People aren't watching YouTube. What's happening?
Yeah, maybe they're going out doing other things because the weather is so nice. And this is one of the coldest winters on one of the coldest days on record for many, many years. So it's actually
Hey, we
freezing. Elds just
we got
realized this is the main channel, not the live stream channel. Speaking of which, we got Mike the Snake, and I'll just grab this. Hey, how are
no problem.
you?
Mikey, you're on the I'll put you on mute, Archie.
Actually,
Is
yeah,
this?
Tan is a great guy. An
Oh, I
early
got a
jump on. That's all
notification
that.
about a pre-show.
Yeah, no, we were I just popped on, and I sometimes do the pre-show on the main channel, so I figured, hey, why not start it up? See, Archie's going to be on in 30 minutes, so I figured we'd hang out. I was telling a bit of a story about my buddy who went to a former Rolex AD. He didn't know it was a former. They just lost their license, and he calls me in a frantic panic. He's like, "Man, they have a Blue Sky Dweller and a Kermit and all." He's like, "Which one should I get?" I'm like, "Bro, buy them all. Like straight up buy them all if you can get them for retail."
Yeah.
And he walks back into the store and realizes that they're selling it for gray market prices, and he's confused. He's like, "Well, what the hell's happening?" I'm like, "Well, they probably lost their license," and that's what he found out actually happened. So they were just kind of getting rid of their pieces that they had left,
Yeah.
which were
Yeah.
still nice pieces, but
Leftover inventory.
yeah, exactly. It was it was just
Cool.
an interesting story. So I figured I'd pop on and tell the story. Archie's telling me life is
Yeah,
hard,
neat.
YouTube is hard. He's saying a lot of competition in the YouTube space. Hey, Archie, another super
Definitely
chat.
that. Yay. Yeah, my local guy lost his Rolex
Super
dealership.
chat. Mike Howard, $5. Back after many years. I love your chant. Celebrating a big vintage purchase tonight. Thank you, Mike Howard. Mike Howard, we do daily streams on the Archie Luxury live stream channel. This is just a show just to get us pre-show. And yeah, we'd love to see you on the main. I'm just setting up the link now, Tan. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. So, Mike, if you wanted to, if you're celebrating a big vintage purchase
I'll
today,
set the link
in
up
your
now to
yeah, Mike Howard, if you want to celebrate your vintage purchase with the Pontiff, we will be starting our main live stream in about 30 minutes. And if you want to pop on and show the piece, we would love to see it. I know
Absolutely.
Archie appreciates meeting with his fans.
Most def.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
A
Well,
ray of sunshine. Thank you.
How you
I
been,
saw the
Mike? You
pre-show
okay?
happening. Yeah, I'm doing okay. What? I missed yesterday's show. Did it happen or um
Yeah, no, Archie did a show yesterday. Curly was on, and I popped in
okay.
for a bit and stuff like that. And Archie was.
Something happened
You want
on my
to know
end.
something funny? Archie Bear was all over me on the weekend, just like, "Hey man, like Archie's he's
Yes.
live streaming. You should support. You should do this." Gummy Bear is always in the background working the leads, boys. The
Oh
leads.
yeah, Bear's the best.
Hey, Poway!
Leeds.
Did
Yes.
you know,
Poway.
did you know, Archie, that Poway is in the
We
top
love
three
Power.
the top three most entertaining characters of the Archieverse?
Wow,
Yes.
sweet. What's up, Poway?
I'm gonna drop the link for the live stream channel. I'm actually gonna Just let me give me a second. I'm gonna find the link to your next show that you have coming up here because I just got the notification. So that everybody who is interested in watching 3 hours of
Yes,
Archie
sir.
Luxury, this is the live stream channel that I'm dropping here in the link for everybody in the chat. And if you're new to the channel, you don't watch the daily live streams, Archie Luxury. I know there's many fans who watch the main channel who may not have interacted with Archie, but Archie does an interactive live stream every single night. He answers watch questions, car questions, life questions, and really wants to engage with his fans because he's got a passionate group of fans that really like to have a good time.
Feel free to hop on too. You know, like use
Tan,
the.
I've actually.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm waiting for you to come on, Tan. Did you realize Terry Stern has admitted that he cleans his own car?
Yeah, so I read that article where he had designed
Did you know that?
watch. Yeah, he had designed a watch that was
That
like
was from
similar to
Rob
one of
Report.
Yeah, he had designed a watch that was like similar to his like rim on his car or whatever.
Yeah,
and I've seen that before.
Saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes, it was a David Brown Speedster, I think. David Brown, David. It uses a Jaguar underpinnings.
Jaguar.
Yes.
Are you an American?
What do you
now,
think of that
Jaguar?
car, Tan?
Can you say Jaguar like the proper way, please?
Jaguar.
No,
Jaguar.
Come on. No, come
Jaguar.
on. Like if we were on Top Gear, if we were saying Jaguar.
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 Jaguar. No.
Jaguar. There you go, Archie. Fuck, man. Have you not had your breakfast this morning? You haven't had your coffee? Like, come on. Archie, what are we going to be talking about on the live stream show in about 20 minutes? What are we going to be talking about on the live show?
Hey, man,
today?
we can talk any topics you want. The audience.
Look who's in the
Show.
chat.
They steer the show.
We got the Gummy Bear.
Talking Rolex, Bear Clooney.
Arr.
You have to credit the return to the Bear. The Bear was hounding me. He was working the leads on the weekend. He's like, look, I know you're at dinner, but I need you to show up. We need you. So you have to give credit to the Bear. The Bear knows how to work the leads.
I know you're at work, but drop everything you're doing.
Look, Bear and I are good friends in real life, so
yeah.
If Bear asks me for a favor, I'll definitely oblige, and I know he'd always help me out. So
I consider Bear a friend as well. I've never met him in person, but we've talked a few times offline, and I sent his wife a bowl that I made on my lathe, simply because she loved it, and so I just said I can't charge you money, and so I just sent it for free, and they sent me back. I guess I said I wanted some of their cookies that Archie likes, and so they sent me back a box of cookies, and a Bear sent me a T-shirt with a big bear on it, which is very cool.
Nice.
But I made a very, very cool, just ornamental, candy bowl, dish bowl. It won't hold water or anything. I made it out of an old telephone pole, 100-year-old telephone pole that came off my burnt property. My property that burnt down 6 years ago. And I've been collecting wood and burl pieces from that property, and that's what I've been making all my pieces of. That's why they all have kind of black around the edges, because it's the char. But anyways, yeah, I love Bear, man. Bear's the best.
I've got a brand up that is a favorite of the Bear. Used to be a favorite of Archie Luxury, the Cartier brand. And I'm wearing today my Santos Archie, my Santos Large. And
I got to tell you, you got a white dial. I
did get a white dial, yeah.
That's the way to go, man. The white dial.
We got a nice comment
here,
Archie,
if
you like to read it from one of your fans who's coming from far away here.
Here we go. Hello, guys. Talking about Rolex here in Brazil, Submarine, Black Dial, and Daytonas are both the hotcakes in the grey market. How are things in your country? My best regards to you guys. That's from Tio Bao. Tio Bao.
So Tio Bao, if you don't know, we run a live stream with Archie Luxury every single night 7 o'clock Eastern time here in the States. I've dropped the link for the actual the show that's going to happen in about 20 minutes, where Archie answers interactively all your watch questions, your life questions, your dating questions, and if you want to get some abuse, he will answer questions about your shitters as well.
Yeah, and he gives life readings and watch collection reviews.
Archie, are we gonna pivot to clairvoyance as well? I think it might be a good shtick.
Oh
Clairvoyance.
yeah, do like the guy, the nighttime guy with the envelope. Like, I see. What do I see? It's a shitter.
So Archie, we got Cartier on the screen. You used to love Cartier. What happened?
Yes. Look, what annoys me with Cartier is they changed. Remember the Galbi? They revised the range. They have a model, then they dump it. Cartier become more of a fashion watch. I don't know, why did they drop the Roadster, the Pasha? So many good lines they've dropped over the years.
Roadster was always one of my favorites.
Look at these prices. Like
They kind of have a model out for a
Panther.
while.
Would you buy a Panther for 26.5? Like, fuck.
Favors.
Well, it's solid gold,
crazy,
right?
Isn't it?
It's solid gold. It's quartz. It's I don't know.
Oh,
yes.
Well, you're probably paying,
yes, it is.
mostly for the gold there. Solid gold bracelet, solid gold case.
Well, gold is probably
probably
$1,000, a couple $1,000 of gold. It's not really that
I guess so,
expensive, is it?
You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
26.5 is just fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah, for quartz.
Archie, are you familiar with the Cartier lineup?
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Their private collection is called the Cartier Privé. This is their private collection, the high-end shit. And in this collection, they have the tank asymmetrique. I'll show it.
Nice.
$78,000.
Damn. Now, does this have a? It does have a mechanical movement, right? It's not quartz.
Yeah, this is a manual wine. It's a manual wine movement.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, at that price, it's like, oh, come on. If it's quartz, it's like, oh no, that'd be a tragedy. But I love that it's got the blue sapphire, that's sticking out, nice and proud. And what a beautiful design! What a cool watch.
Thank you.
Big Dave says, I never got into square watches. I always associated them with women's watches, even though they are not. I mean, you got you got the Tag Heuer Monaco square watch. You got the Cartier Santos square watch. I wouldn't consider the Reverso a square watch. It's more of a rectangular watch, right?
Yeah. This one's almost diamond shaped, just short of it.
Yeah, so the tank lineup, Mike, is very broad. Like you have the Archie, you have the tank Française, you have the tank Anglaise, you have the tank Chinoise, you have this is the tank asymmetrique. Like you got a whole bunch of different tanks.
They have that smeared one that's all kind of I forget the model name of it, but it's kind of like a Dali painting, like they took the watch off the Dali painting and made a watch out of it. It's all kind of irregular.
We got 72 viewers in the pre-show. We are asking them to upvote for ArchieLuxury, who's getting ready for his show. Now, I've dropped the link here for everybody. This is where the live streams are happening every night. We're going to be starting in 20 minutes, where we go through, insane watch talk. We talk Patek Philippe's. We talk Rolex. We talk APs, everything, like whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
We even talk Cartier crashes for our boy Forbidden Colossus.
Yeah.
And we just have a good time. Archie says the YouTube space is hard. Man cannot live on Google Ads alone, boys.
Yeah. And Archie's show is very diverse. It doesn't just it's not just about watches. It's about anything you want. You come on and we'll talk about it.
100%. Hans Knees and Toes. 100%. It's good. I mean, look, it's good to see. Obviously, supporters from the live stream channel here. We also have some new people, like our friend from Brazil and a couple of other folks.
Yeah,
Thomas
hop on
Sorelli. Yeah,
in
Thomas
20
Sorelli.
minutes.
Thomas
Sorry.
Sorelli says your opinion on Frédéric Constant Carré automatic dual time zone big date. Archie, I don't think you're a big fan of Frédéric Constant.
No, the brand is just poison, really, isn't it? It's just poison, you know.
Now, Thomas, if you want to see Archie really explode on Frederick Constantine, please send in a super chat, and Archie will explode on command. Our old boy Viper Eyes. Curly's told me Viper Eyes is hiding in that body somewhere, and he's ready to pounce.
Oh, on the normal show, I'm going to ask why you don't like Frederick Constantine, because I don't know much about that brand. I've never really looked into it.
You don't want to know about the brand, Mikey. It's one of those brands you just don't want to know about in life, man.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you don't want to know about it. You
Kinda
want to go down.
Baume & Mercier or something like that. This is
Well, look, Archie's got a soft spot for the Clifton Club. Baume & Mercier, Clifton Club.
Yes, the Clifton Club. That's
Yeah.
right.
Seems like every watch company makes at least one okay version, or one okay model. Like IWC is not my favorite brand, but they make a couple really, home run watches that hit it out of the park that I do like. But as a overall as a brand, they're not like my favorite brand or anything. But hey, only Rolex can really pull off having every model they make you love. Like nobody, you know what I mean? I mean, like I think everybody loves every model that they make basically, and would take any model without question if they got the chance to get their hands on one. But
Sparkles is asking, if you had the money, would you buy a Cartier? Did Cartier make a Freak? I don't know if he means the Crash, because Ulysse Nardin makes a Freak, but I didn't know Cartier made a watch called the Freak. But if you mean the Crash, if I had the money, I would definitely buy a Crash. Archie, do you think you could ever pull off the Crash? It's a story. Is
it a men's watch or a ladies' watch? The Crash.
Look, the men are loving it. You're seeing celebrities left and right. The Crash is the watch of today.
That's the one I was describing. The one that's all kind of warped and
I'll bring up a Cartier Crash.
It's oblong, like irregular shaped. Yeah,
I'll bring up a Cartier Crash. Let's bring up our boy Jay-Z, who's wearing a Cartier Crash here in this photo. Yeah, so Sparkles meant the Crash. So yeah, Sparkles. Interestingly enough, a friend of mine is in Geneva, and a friend of his actually walked into the Cartier boutique in Geneva and asked for a Crash, and they had one, and they sold it to him. First come, first serve. No
how much
premium.
was it? Expensive, but
expensive. I didn't ask how much it was, but it was still to get that for retail. Yeah, to get that for retail is winning the lottery, boys.
Yeah. Wow, what a cool watch.
Jean-Claude Beaver says, the fact that Mike the Snake said Frédéric Constantine says it all. It's designed to trick you into thinking it's high horology.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's got this name that just like sounds like it should be hot.
Archie, what do you think of this? Like, would you get yourself a Cartier Crash?
I don't think I can afford a Cartier Crash.
If you could afford, if you could.
I love it. I love the story behind it. It's a cool watch. 100%.
The story apparently there's a lot of rumors of how this watch was actually made. Some people say it was a Ben Noir that was all fucked up, and others were saying it was Louis Cartier, looking at paintings of I think it was Salvador Dali.
Well, I thought it was the CEO from London was in a car crash. Didn't he die or something?
No, I don't think it was. There was somebody in a crash, but I don't know if there was a CEO. But there's so many rumors around this watch, and there's not really a lot of consistency around what the actual history of the watch is. But all we know is it's very popular today. So Mike the Mistake is saying the Pantera Crash. Yes.
Yeah. It was somebody in a Pantera crashed and caused this watch to happen. Yeah.
Rob D says, I'd feel less embarrassed wearing an Invicta. There you go. Archie, have you linked us up to the main show, to the live
Yes,
stream?
yes. We
Okay.
have linked her up. Of course, we
Perfect.
linked it up.
We've got 72 people watching the pre-show on the
Hmm.
ArchieLuxury channel. Now, the reason I asked you, Archie, to do the pre-show on the main channel is because, like you saw, a few of the guys haven't
Mhm.
subscribed to the actual live stream channel where we talk wristwatches and a bunch of bullshit every night for about 3 hours straight.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
figured it's a good exposure to bring new blood in, because you said, YouTube's hard. It's hard, Fikers. It's
Mm.
hard.
It's very
Well,
hard. You would agree with that, wouldn't you? What do you think?
you know what you do when it gets hard? You
Keep
work
going.
harder. You keep going. You work harder.
You
Oh,
back
there it
the
is. That
truck
is
up.
fucking gorgeous. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. Even though it's small, I would rock that watch all day long.
JCB's asking if it's a ladies' watch. Archie would wear it no matter what, man. He'd wear it like no issues. I would wear that watch. It'd be
I would
fucking.
wear it with my 8-inch wrists. Fucking proudly.
Forbin Claus says, "Come on, it's Dali's most famous painting. Any melted wrist clock owes that work from 1931." Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the theories, that it was inspired by one of Dali's paintings. I don't know,
Mhm.
like Archie, I don't see a manufacturer, even a brand, if you really had a watch like this show up that you asked to fix, that they would keep it like this. I can't see any brand doing that. Like, I really think that whole
No.
theory of it being a crash and everything is not really real, at least from my perspective.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, that's
listen, I'm gonna jump off, and I gotta go pick my mom up and do my
No,
thing
that's
with her,
okay.
and I will be on the regular show
Yeah, no problem.
shortly here. I'll let you guys finish up with the pre-show,
Yeah, no
and
worries.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey,
same,
no
Mike.
worries,
Archie,
man.
remember the days
Thank
you and Suckerhorn used to do a 30-minute pre-show before we did the main
Yes.
show? It
Yeah.
inspired me to do the pre-show because I loved listening to the Suckerhorn's pre-show, because gave him 30 minutes. You got, the fans could see Suckerhorn and have a
Mhm.
good time and whatnot. So
No, those were the days, my friend. They were very, very good days. They were great days. And
ooh, you got high, you got big shoes to fill tonight, Archie. SD43 is saying, "Don't let the boss down tonight." After Bear dragged him, Bear definitely dragged me back. He had to maul me to come and hang out on the weekend.
yes.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to hear the stories tonight, the watch stories, and just to have a bit of fun talking watches with Archie Luxury. For those that, like I said, who haven't interacted with Archie, he's very interactive. He loves to answer your questions. Send him a donation. Give him a couple of bucks. Because like Archie says, man cannot live on Google Ads alone.
Yes, that's correct there, Tan. And it's a hard season. It's hard season. Like you got to remember, guys, we can only try our best on the tubes. That's what we do.
Hey Archie, can you give a big hello to my friend Muhammad Ali? He's a good supporter.
Muhammad Ali, we love you, man. Love you, Muhammad Ali.
Hey, guess who we got in the chat? We
Thank
got
you,
a
Tan. The
legend.
sucker.
A little bit of old school for the Suckhorn. Suckhorn, I really, your shows, pre-shows, the 30 minutes before Archie, some of my favorites. And I know you guys used to do a lot of shows together, and it was always good to see that. You came back, you did a 30-minute.
There was no super chats then. You know that? There was no super chats then. We just did it for the love of YouTube.
Some of my
that
favorite
was the
shows. Yeah, some of my favorite shows were just you and Suckhorn kind of talking about Thailand and the fun stuff you guys could do out in Thailand and stuff like that. They're really good shows from back in the day, and like you said, no pressure, no figures, no numbers, but we like to support Archie and ensure that he's always taken care of. He has a panel of people. We got our friend Big Dave here, Archie, with a super chat for you.
Big Dave, $5 for the tip jar. Thank you, Big Dave. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
For those that don't know, and I know I've been saying it all stream because it's a bit of a short one here, we do live streams every night at this location, so please feel free to click it. Archie will be sending all the viewers obviously over in about 8 minutes, but we love to interact. And honestly, Archie, I think you're ready today to answer some watch questions from the punters and have a bit of fun. You've been enjoying the watch talk these days, right?
I love it. Absolutely love it there, Mr. Zeal. Mr. Zeal. I absolutely love it there.
I got a bit of a
And
treat too for you this week. Oh, Archie, you get some money coming in, baby.
look at this here. JBIDX, $10. How do we get AC3 booked for a collector's conversation with Tim on Watchbox? Those appearances are great. AC3 on the 50th episode of Scottish Watches really humanizes Mr. I'd love to do anything with Tim. I'm a huge fan of Mr. Tim Mosso. He's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic guy. I'd love to do something. Anything with Tim, I would Tim Mosso, I'd gladly do. Gladly do. We've got Muhammad Ali, £50. Thanks, Tan and Arch. My
Yeah,
God, what a very
he's an amazing
very
guy. I'm actually going to
generous
be in the UK in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be meeting up with Muhammad Ali. He's got an amazing Moser Pioneer red dial, just stunning. And I've told him, please bring it out because I want to see it in person. And yeah, it's going to be great. You know, have a cigar, have some coffee with Muhammad Ali, and yeah, just hang out. Like, this isn't a great thing about the Archieverse is you meet so many great collectors, and you really people you would never meet in your life, I guess. And just awesome folks who support and love talking watches. And Muhammad Ali Archie is chasing a Pepsi right now, so we're gonna give him some good vibes, and hopefully he'll get the
vibes.
call. He'll get the call very soon for that Pepsi. So thank you so much, Muhammad Ali, and everybody who super chat.
Muhammad Ali. So I better jump off and get ready for the other stream.
No problem. I'll end it once you go live,
Yep.
so we can send
I'll
everybody
be
over.
going in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Zeal. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. I'll answer some questions while Archie does that. Tan, have you lost a bit of weight? Or are you still a chubster? I'm a chubster for life, Hans Knees and Toes. What's the point of not enjoying some good food, some good drink, and just enjoying your life? And what's the point of living, man, if you can't live a little? So that's the way I see it. And yeah, no, I really, really looking forward to meeting Muhammad Ali and hopefully seeing ABC and a bunch of the folks in the UK. So if you guys are interested to meet up in the UK, hit me up on IG. I'll drop my IG link here at Hurricane. And if you guys want to chat with me or hang out when I'm over there in the UK, feel free to reach out and we can hang out. But yeah, super excited for tonight's show. Archie is definitely going to be running a cool stream tonight, answering everyone's watch questions. Seems like he's got the mojo back. Rick, man, we want to see the wild side of the Pontiff. So if you are interested in seeing the wild side of the Pontiff tonight, feel free to join us on the live stream channel. I've dropped the link. This show will automatically swap over to the live stream channel once Archie actually goes live in a few minutes. But until then, I will talk some shit. Talk about watches. So yeah, definitely a wild story today for my friend. Poor guy thought he won the lottery. He was going to get a whole bunch of watches at retail. I was a little skeptical. I figured there'd be a catch, and there was. But yeah, when I was, last time I saw an AD lose its license, Rolex was buying back their stock, or they were selling it for hefty discount. But in this day and age, when you lose your license and you still have some stock, you sell it at gray market prices, ladies and germs. You just sell them at gray market prices. But yeah, $30K for a Sky Dweller Blue. And I was happy to hear that the AD was offering it at gray market prices. I was like, fuck, that's so much better. If Muhammad Ali could just buy a Pepsi without having to play a bunch of games, right? Maybe he would do it. Maybe he would just be like, you know what? At least I got it from my authorized dealer. I'm happy with that, and just move on. Whereas, playing the games of buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry or watches that you don't want, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm not the type of guy to want to play those games, and I'll just buy what I want, as they come on the gray and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it was definitely an exciting little bit for my friend for a few minutes until he found out that was not the case for it. But Tan, you seem to have a grasp of how to use YouTube/StreamYard than others who have been doing this for years. Yeah, Loose Tooth, it was interesting. When I first got the keys to the channel, Mike the Snake had the keys for about like 3 months, and he was struggling to pull up comments and super chats. And I was like, Mikey, you literally just click stuff. But But yeah, you know what? It's not that hard. It's you get the hang of it after a while. It's a bit tough doing the show by yourself and what have you. I know Archie's pain like that. I've done a number of shows where it's been hours, and I'll run it, and I'll just just Mike the Mistake is actually one of my most favorite trolls these days. Always has some pretty fun comments. So I'll pull this one up. But yeah, Loose Tooth. I usually help Archie if I'm on. I'll do the producing. I'll pull up stuff for him so that he can really spend his time interacting with the viewers, because you guys are here to see Archie. You're not here to hear me ramble on. DP, you know how it is. We don't play these fucking 80 games. Keep your dignity. It's exactly it, right? Like, I was telling my friend who was a little, he's a little disheartened today, and I said, look, if you bought a Panda for 40K, let's say it's 40K US, like that is still cheaper than what you would pay if you were actually trying to get it, buying jewelry or buying watches that you didn't want. So, if you can get over the fact that you're paying over retail, chingao to you. So Mike the Mistake with the chingao. And one of my favorite streams, Mike the Mistake, was when somebody told Mike the Snake that they had trademarked chingao, and you could just see Mike the Snake's like face drop, and just poor guy, man. He was. I think it was a stream where Archie was just like pounding back tequilas, his first time drinking tequila, and I was like, I watched the stream and I was like, fuck, he's not enjoying that. Not everybody loves tequila, but you could see on Archie's face, like when he took the sip of those tequilas, it was just, you could tell he was not having a good time. So, but yeah, he even called me and he's like, what should I do? How much tequila should I drink? I'm like, look, man, it's fucking 9 a.m. Don't drink shit right now. Have one if you want, but that's it. He does have a heart of gold, that's for sure. But yeah, no, if you guys haven't seen the comedy, we got a nice comedy act in the Archie stream. I said to Archie yesterday, I said, your watch channel was never about serious watch talk. Like, you tried to make it serious watch talk, and people just, loved it for the comedy, the entertainment. We're here for the entertainment. We're here to talk some shit, have some fun with the pontiff. A bit of lighthearted humor, because, like, look, we're in a hobby of collecting men's jewelry, and you can only talk about watches for so long before it gets stale, right? But that's kind of where Archie had his. I think what really brings the flair to the channel is the entertainment value of a guy who's middle aged, lower middle class, who's struggling to survive, and we find, I think a lot of us viewers, at least myself, I find that endearing. A guy like that just is enjoying a hobby, but has had some ups and downs in his life, and just a genuine guy, a genuine person. I think that we can all somewhat relate to, and that's the fun of the show. And I told Archie, keep that recipe, have a bit of fun, have a bit of lighthearted humor. You don't need to get into technical specifications of movements or know a ton about movement and finishing. Like, we'll save that for Tim Mosso and the other channels. I think on your channel, just talk about watches. Everyone loves Rolex. Patek Philippe. Talk about your experiences. Tell a couple stories, have a good laugh, and I think everybody will have a good time. I know my man Madman knows the recipe for success. And SD43 says, our daily battle of mediocrity. Yep. It's our daily dose. But for a lot of us, I mean, we've had a long day at work or, what have you, and we just want to escape. We want to enjoy a bit of comedy with watches in our hobby. And it's really, you got to have that balance, I think. And I kind of told Archie, if you keep that balance, you're going to do really well. And he has done well. And I'm really happy, for him for, having a really good couple of weeks here. Show, as much as he'll tell you, it's not working. But I just got the notification that ArchieLuxury is live, so I'm going to end this stream. For all those that don't know, ArchieLuxury runs a live stream every single day. I've dropped the link here in the chat. Once I end this broadcast, it'll automatically transfer you over. Please check it out. Please donate. Please ask some funny questions, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.